Hey, feel I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the road.
Welcome back to Speak Van Holden 247, etc. And if you like, subscribe and share. Today I'm going back in on the Will Smith incident at the Oscars with Chris Rock. Now, let me say this here. Nothing that Chris Rock say after this incident or Will Smith can change what happened. The issue. I'm explaining to you what the issue is in a minute. Now, yes, if they can reconcile, they should. They have a brand. It's a business. And perhaps they are friends. I cannot tell. But I can tell you this. I said from the beginning. Once Chris Rock was struck, he immediately began to think for himself as well as Will Smith because they are a brand. It is a business. And one of the things about business is staying focused on the issue at hand and dealing with anything outside of business at the appropriate time. Now, Roland Martin did a video on YouTube where he made this a racial thing. I have a problem with that. Now, I have a video that I'm going to roll what he did, and I'm going to show you why I have a problem with that. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to roll this video. Now, check it out.
And I'm gonna say this and is just understand. I've communicated with both men this week. And this is what I said, and this is not, and I'm doing this for a reason. And I very rarely share with you the celebrities that I text. But I said to both of them, just checking on you. Because black men need to check on each other. I am not on Team Will or Team Chris. I'm with Will and Chris. We make a mistake when we play the games that they are playing, wanting us to pick. Are you with Chris? Are you with Will? No, we can be with both. People make mistakes all the time. And I'm not going to sit here and I've seen the video and I understand why Chris Rock didn't talk last night. Because Chris Rock has also talked before about him being bullied and going to therapy. And I'm quite sure that situation was traumatic for him because it was a flashback. But his children were also watching. And how he handled it showed how a man is to handle certain things when they come your way. He could have been rolling around that stage. But what I want everybody watching right now and listening to understand is what we cannot do is lose sight of the battles that we are currently in. I cannot listen to people talk about how traumatized they are because of what they saw on Sunday when Will Smith walked up, when we still continue on this show videos of police rolling up on black people in unmarked cars, shooting them in their driveways, killing them, and then those folks and their families having funerals, and you dare say to me that somehow you are more traumatized by what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock than that? Well, the study comes out and they show us that when the people heard about COVID and how it had a disproportionate impact on people of color, how they gave less of a damn about COVID when they found out it hurt black people and brown people more than anybody else.
Preach.
I cannot sit here and listen to people talk about how, oh my God, what do we tell our kids about this when none of you stepped out there and protested when the Senate did not move on the George Floyd Justice Act after you witnessed what happened to George Floyd in 2020 and you were silent? I'm just as traumatized as the video of the young black boy who was fishing and a white man came out and cussed him out and demanded to see his license and began to say, you don't belong here. And the young brother said, I live in this neighborhood. Don't tell me you are so traumatized by what happened on Sunday, yet you are silent by what happens to black people on a daily basis. I simply cannot accept that. Just like I do not want to hear you talk about the atrocities in the Ukraine and how we must stand with them, and you've said nothing about South Sudan.
Now, as you see in that video, he was talking about don't let the other people, meaning white people. See, it's not a white and black issue dealing with that situation, okay? In other words, the reason why he is stating it and he took it from the real situation, the real issue is this. Will Smith struck him without provocation for a joke, something that no comedian should endure. Now, he also took it to a racial level because they keep wanting to elevate movie stars, musicians, professional athletes as role models for people and kids. We'll deal with that in a second, but let me back up. For everybody, man or woman, that purports to assert that Will Smith was protecting his woman, his wife, his black woman, your argument is without merit, and it is not afforded any serious consideration. So I will expose it for what it is. A man that's in a marriage that allows his woman and allow another man to sleep with his woman cannot ever protect his woman that he has willingly agreed to be passed around like a baton in a race. The only thing was left to do in that situation was to extract himself from that marriage and move on. But because they too busy protecting their image and a brand, they do not act rationally nor intelligently. Because guess what? The love of money is the root of all evil. The money itself is not. But the love that you have will cause you to love pursuing it more than protecting what you really need to be protecting. You have Tiffany Haddish, and you also had other people speak that he was protecting this woman that wrote. Actually, it was some people on the Roland Martin show that they had speaking saying he was protecting this woman. Once again, this is the issue. A comedian telling a joke, you can never protect your woman at a comedy show or during comedy by striking somebody for what they said. In other words, you can never justify a person doing their job and you striking them without a reason and think that it's okay. Because see, everybody that tries to justify it on a different issue, it is their inability to be honest with themselves that the people that we have elevated to being role models that we should seek to aspire to imitate should never be imitated. I'm going to put it to you like this here. At no time or occasion have I ever, no matter how great a person became or how rich, have I ever set out on a quest to be like them. Because I'm unique in my own makeup. My character is totally different. My trials and tribulations are totally different. Never aspire to be somebody because they make a lot of money. Now, Roland Martin in his video, he went on and stated that black people don't fall for the okie dokie. Don't choose between this. Well, it's not about that. People were choosing about who was wrong and who was right. And when we look at that issue only, we understand that Will Smith was wrong. But you want to take it about George Floyd, the black. In other words, you're basically saying, look, white people didn't care about what's happening to you. So how can they be concerned about that? That is a totally different issue. Because see, if you interject that in every issue, it's something wrong with your position. See, if your position on what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock cannot stand alone on its own merit, then you're a fraud because you're playing on the sentiment of African American people who are not fully able to analyze the situation. The situation is not whether white America really cares about you, because truth be told, the black community need to wise up and make better decisions. And one of those decisions are quit looking for people with prestige and money to be a role model. I don't know where y'all get this concept, because when I wake up every morning, it's me and my household that I must look to. Okay? It's not a movie star. Okay? When I go up in a courtroom, no movie star has taught me the law. No movie star or athlete has taught me to go up there and crush them judges and crush them lawyers trying to use fraud to defeat you because they think you don't really understand the law, how to preserve the issue for appeal. Okay? So I haven't seen these type of role models, okay? Because you can throw a football. Bill Cosby could act. He was a role model. Didn't know Nathaniel. Didn't know absolutely anything about the law. They put on a $200 defense and got $8.5 million from him. He signed a contract he didn't understand. And you want me to respect people that's acting but can't handle their own affairs? This man signed a contract that gave that lawyer the ability to charge him what he wants. And that's a role model. He tried to balk at paying it, but he knew he would lose on a breach of contract and be paying double, so he had to pay it. Now, you want people to look at Will Smith, Chris Rock as role models. That's fine. That's fine, but they're not role models. Now, if you notice, nobody ever really look at Malcolm X as a role model, even though there are people that consider him, but the schools don't push him. You don't push him as a role model. You don't push the common man as a role model. No matter how much riches people got, they common people. They die, they poop, they fart just like everybody else. So you think because I got $50 in my pocket, you got 1,000. You think you better than me? You done lost your mind. You done lost your mind. See, people are only taking issue with what he did because it was just absolutely wrong. Now, people, in other words, put it like this. That role model stuff that y'all trying to push on these people is fake. They're not role models. See, people have a problem with that. A lot of people have a problem with the fact that, hey, look, let's be clear on one thing. He's an actor, okay? Okay, a lot of things he do in public is an act, okay? We're going to keep this thing real, okay? A lot of things they do is an act. The only celebrity that I've seen that do real people stuff that I never thought, and they don't give him, but I never thought that I would see this from this particular individual. And a lot of people downplay this individual because they jealous of Shaquille O'Neal. Now, he do real people stuff. Now, if you want somebody to be a role model, that is the person that I would point you to, because he do real people stuff. We are people out here. It's people in this world. So when you ain't doing real people stuff, how in the hell are you going to be a role model? You got rappers. You got people that look up. But when you look at what they rap about, you look at these people as a role model with all this nonsense coming out their mind. No wonder the kids is want pistols and shoot. No wonder they want to be tough, because you pointed them in that direction. When you should have been telling them, you stay away from this nonsense. Okay? You look at all these rappers coming up. King Von, them. All these other people. Can't even think of this because I don't even listen to that stuff anymore. Because when I go to listening to it, it's programming you to disrespect your own people, disrespect authority. It's programming you to have a preconceived notion about what a man is and how to handle a problem. I don't listen to that nonsense. Okay? And they think because they come back to the neighborhood, throw some money around, they're a role model. You's a fool for throwing your money around like that. You just demonstrated to the world that They shouldn't look to you as a role model because you're throwing money away. How many of these rappers that go to the neighborhood giving back, throwing $100 bills, go to the hardworking moms and fathers and say, can we put a new roof on your home? Do you need your plumbing upgraded? Do you need some upgrades in your home? They're not doing that. They always giving back to the community where it doesn't benefit the community. That's just like, I can't even remember her name, the Brenham lady, the young woman who got shot where the police was trying to, Breonna Taylor, her name, Breonna Taylor. Black Lives Matter. They put a basketball court out there to play basketball. This is what I'm saying about African American people who want to act like they for the people. Why you didn't put a law library in the neighborhood? Okay, why didn't you put a law library in the neighborhood to teach these black people how to, when they interact with the cops, how to preserve their rights and how to fight and help their mama and fathers how to fight? See, everybody is focusing on be like this person cause he making money. But every day you facing legal problems, you facing financial problems that they can't help. You got to be your own role model. You have to be your own role model, okay? See, if you look to anything else, there's nothing wrong with being, I'm going to tell you, be honest with you, man. I'm going to tell you, I haven't been inspired by anybody. I've just been inspired by hard times. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Situations inspire me. Okay, when I find my back up against the wall, that's what inspires me. No movie star, no celebrity. They just people. I'm still here. James Brown gone. I'm still here. Guess who else gone? A lot of people. That inspire me. Because they just people, man. Okay? They people with problems just like you and I. When you look at Bill Cosby, the family dad, they try to project this image of this is how black people are supposed to be. Well, you can't project that image without projecting the image on what's causing them not to be that way. See, you cannot address that by showing it on TV, think that's going to, you got to change the minds. The people got to be aware of everything that goes against them, that prevents them. And you got to be willing to attack and change the status quo. You got to be willing to put your livelihood as well as your life on the line. Sitting up, twisting a conversation to deflect from the fact that Will Smith should not be looked at as a celebrity, to minimize what he did. What he did was bullying, okay? Now, you did a segment, Mr. Rowland, on Dr. Phil and also on your perspective on bullying, but you changed your position today when it happened to Will Smith. You said parents need to teach their kids not to bully. Well, if the parents bullied, evidently the kids get it from the parents. A lot of parents bully their kids. They talk at the kids rather than talking to them. They demean their kids. See, that's a type of bullying too, when you telling your son you ain't gonna be nothing. You stupid, you dumb. That's bullying. See, it always starts at home before it gets to the streets, get to the schools. So, but you took a situation and divided people. Made it a black and white issue by saying, don't choose sides. I'm with Team Chris. I'm with Team Smith the Well. Well, truth be told, it's not about the team. If you cannot directly address an issue, you don't have any merit as a YouTuber, as a host, to really divide the issues. Because if you can't divide something correctly and address it for what it is, you don't have any merit. Okay? You don't have merit with Speak Van Holden. Okay? Because once again, he slapped a man for a joke. You look at the Bernie Mac. You look at the Wine brothers. You look at Roger Dangerfield. You look at Eddie Murphy. And one of the key components, if you look at a lot of the comedians, especially Bernie Mac, who went in on a lot of people at the comedy show in a hard way. Nobody ever got up to hit him and smack him. Okay? So when Will Smith jumped up and smacked this man, The issue is not what he's dealing with at home and any other thing that he's dealing with, because people deal with stuff every day. You got people going to work dealing with they behind on bills, finna get evicted. That don't justify them going to work, slapping people upside the head, talking crazy to them. You never justify it. You are out of control when you let problems cause you to commit crimes. You are out of control when you let when your conduct is predicated on frustration. See, how can this man be a role model and he couldn't even think to restrain himself? You on national TV, and you want him to be a role model, Mr. Rowland? You are dismissed because there's no credibility in what you're saying. I'm gonna say this here and I'm gonna end it. Intelligence is the ability to analyze and think. Anybody can go to school and learn 6 plus 6, 6 times 6. Anybody can go read a history book and learn about the history. But proper analysis is true intelligence. That's why I analyze what I do, and I analyze when people get up here and when they want to speak for black people, they want to have a voice. I can analyze and say, you are not a voice. Let me be clear. Whenever African American people allow other black people to speak for them, you are discrediting your whole race. You are saying that the black people, the mother and father, the kids, the teenagers, are incompetent and they always need somebody to speak for them. You don't see the Chinese, the Vietnamese, the Koreans. The white folks don't do this. So why all of a sudden black people need another black people to speak for them? You don't speak for me. Y'all have a nice day.